welcome back to the allotment tape. And this is shed part 2. Now, when I last left you, we've got the shed up, it's waterproof, and I think we've got doors on. So this time, well, I've been doing a few jobs inside. I've done a few bits of shelving and bits and pieces. I'll show you that, and I've started moving in. But in this episode, we're going to focus primarily on getting some lights in. Okay, so let's go into the shed, see what we've been up to. So, first job, I put some shelving on this end. There's quite a nice recess where the door sits relative to that end of the shed. So I've basically just filled this in with shelving. And then I treated myself to another Facebook Marketplace find. It's a rather lovely old cooker. So this is a little camping stove. It's even got a grill under there as well, so I can do some toast. That was a great find, and I think I paid about 15 quid for it. Gas bottle down there, and I just switch that off every time I'm done. And then we're ready for a cup of tea, which we're sure we'll get that fired up later. So yeah, we've got some shelving in there, and then I'm hanging the tools along the back edge there, and then I've built in a little workbench at this end, just under the window. A bit more shelving there. You can never have enough shelves, can you? Let's face it. And then I'm going to put some more tools along this side. So my ambition next year is to go to some car boot sales and collect every type of hoe you can find. I think I'm going to need them. So Father Christmas has been very kind this year and bought me a lighting kit for my shed. So let's have a little look. This is a solar kit because there's no mains power up here. There we have. Ooh. Set of instructions, so exciting. Okay, and then in here we've got everything I need to light the shed. So let's have a look. There's a little battery pack that goes inside the shed, and that can take all the power from a small solar panel and then redistribute it to some light bulbs, which are right here. So the kit comes with that. 2 light bulbs which plug in to the bottom of there, and then switch that on and boom, off you go. So I had a little pre-charge of this, so it's at 100% at the minute, but that is fed by, let's just switch the lights off because they've got a little switch on each light as well, and that will power 2 of those. So you get 2 light bulbs, pretty cool. It should be more than enough to light this little shed. There's also a phone charger, because this little pack has got enough power to charge your phone and run a couple of lights, which is awesome. Screws in there, and then down at the bottom, a little solar panel. So that's going to go on the roof, and this charger pack I've charged up from this already, so I couldn't resist it on Christmas morning. It was nice and sunny, so I charged up the battery pack. But today I'm going to put this on the roof of the shed, and that will harvest light and keep charging up this pack, which I'm going to put in the shed somewhere, and then I'll be able to feed my lights and hopefully feed my phone as well. So first up, this little kit that's going to go inside the shed, it's essentially a battery pack that's going to be charged by the solar panel. Now, as you can see, it's got a pretty good duration, about 6 hours I reckon, once fully charged. But I'm a bit worried about the cold weather reducing its efficiency, so I've made this little wooden box for it to go inside, just to try and keep some of the weather off of it. I know it's inside, but to try and keep it from getting too cold. But I don't know if it'll work, but it's worth a shot, I suppose. So the little unit itself has got some ports on the bottom, so you've got the output for the 2 lights there, and you've also got a phone charger output, and then the final one on the end is the input from the solar panel. So we'll just pop those cables in a bit later. So with apologies to any electricians out there, here's the light bulb. Follow the wire back, cable clips there, down we come. I've tucked everything away behind that board, and then we've got our light switches down there. So hopefully we should be able to switch this on, and then we'll switch these switches on. Let's have a look. boom, got some lights. How cool is that? So they work all right. Now the next job, that's mint, is to get the solar panel on the roof, and then we'll keep them charged up. Now positioning this panel is going to be a bit of a compromise, I think, because over that way I've got loads of trees. I've got trees over there, so there's a bit of a gap which potentially would capture a bit of sun in the morning, or I could put it on the back of the shed and get late afternoon sun. Either way, I'm not going to get sort of sun all day around. But I guess the lights are only going to be used intermittently, and I'm not going to be here for most of the week because I'm at work. So it should pick up enough charge. So I'm inclined to go that way, which means I'm going to stick the panel on this face of the shed, I think, and then hopefully I'll capture the morning sun as it comes over there. Yeah, as I say, it's a bit of a compromise, but you know, whatever. Right, well, that's got a hole drilled in there, and I'm going to run the cable inside the shed from the solar panel. I'm trying to make everything as weatherproof as possible as I go along, because it's the Pennines over there. It's very windy and wet, so let's see how we get on here. There we go, I just box it in, and the wire's running out the back into the shed. Hopefully the framing will just keep some of the weather off the back of the panel, so we'll see how it goes.